Broken Doll, movie, extended English version, The Broken Doll. First encounter 11 p.m. Silent City Street. The rain fell slowly, like the sky was bleeding quietly over the city. Under a flickering streetlight stood a boy alone. Kim Taehyung, soaked white shirt clinging to his skin, messy hair sticking to his forehead. But what stood out the most was his smile. A smile that didn't belong to happiness. It belonged to survival. He looked up at the dark sky and whispered under his breath, "I'm just a doll to everyone. Something they can break and throw away." A low breath escaped him, almost like laughter but empty. The arrival. Suddenly, a black luxury car stopped right in front of him. No warning, no hesitation. The engine died slowly, like the world itself paused. The door opened, and he stepped out. Jungkook. Dark coat, cold aura, sharp gaze that didn't just look at people, it claimed them. He walked slowly toward Taehyung, each step echoing like a warning. Taehyung tilted his head slightly. "Do I know you?" he asked casually, hiding the uneasiness in his voice. Jungkook stopped just a few steps away. His eyes scanned Taehyung like he was reading something invisible. "You're Kim Taehyung," Jungkook said finally. Taehyung smirked. "Wow, famous enough for strangers to stalk me." A normal person would have laughed. Jungkook didn't. Not even a reaction. The first crack. Jungkook stepped closer. Too close. The air between them turned heavy. "You pretend a lot," Jungkook said quietly. Taehyung frowned. "Excuse me?" Jungkook's eyes didn't move. "That smile, it's fake." Silence. Even the rain felt louder. Taehyung's expression changed for a second, just a second. Something inside him cracked. "You don't know anything about me," Taehyung said coldly. Jungkook leaned in slightly. "Dangerously close now. I know enough." A pause. Then, "You're broken." Emotional impact. That word hit harder than expected. Broken. Taehyung's fingers curled slightly. The smile faded. For the first time, his voice lowered. "And who are you to label me like that?" Jungkook finally showed something. Not emotion, but obsession. A faint, unsettling smile. "Someone who noticed you when no one else did." The twist begins. Suddenly, Taehyung's phone rang. Unknown number. He frowned and reached for it. Before he could answer, Jungkook took it. Taehyung froze. "Hey, what are you doing?" Jungkook pressed the speaker button. A rough voice came through. "Taehyung? Where are you?" "Don't move, I'm coming." Before the sentence finished, Jungkook spoke. Calm, cold, final. "He's not going anywhere." Silence. Then the call ended. Taehyung stared at him. "What the hell did you just do?" Jungkook slipped the phone into his pocket. His voice dropped lower. "More dangerous. I told you." He stepped closer. This time Taehyung didn't move. Not because he wasn't afraid, but because something in Jungkook's eyes stopped him. "You're mine now." Ending scene. The black car door opened again behind them. Rain fell harder. Jungkook gently grabbed Taehyung's wrist. Not rough, not soft, but final. "Get in." Taehyung's breath shook. "I don't even know you." Jungkook turned slightly, eyes dark under the streetlight. "You will." The Mafia Prince. 11:27 p.m. inside the black car. The moment the car door closed, the outside world disappeared. Only silence remained. Heavy, suffocating silence. Kim Taehyung sat frozen beside the stranger, who had just stolen his freedom like it meant nothing. Ji and Jungkook leaned back calmly, one arm resting against the seat, eyes fixed ahead, as if kidnapping people was normal. The rain slid down the tinted windows while the city lights blurred outside. Taehyung finally snapped. "What is wrong with you?" No answer. "You take my phone, drag me into your car, act insane, and expect me to stay quiet." Still nothing. Jungkook slowly turned his head. His gaze alone made Taehyung's chest tighten. "You talk too much when you're scared." Taehyung clenched his jaw. "I'm not scared." A faint smirk appeared on Jungkook's lips. Liar. The escape attempt. Taehyung immediately grabbed the car handle. Locked. He tried again. Nothing. "Open the damn door." Jungkook watched him quietly. Then, "Drive faster." The driver instantly obeyed. Taehyung stared at him in disbelief. "You're crazy." "No," Jungkook said softly. His eyes darkened. "I'm possessive." A chill crawled down Taehyung's spine. The hidden truth. Minutes later, the car entered a massive private estate hidden far from the city. Tall iron gates. Armed guards. Black vehicles lined outside like an army. Taehyung's heartbeat slowed. Not from calm. From fear. The gates opened instantly the moment Jungkook's car appeared. Everyone bowed their heads. Every single person. Taehyung noticed it immediately. Not respect. Fear. Pure fear. The car stopped. Before Taehyung could react, Jungkook stepped out first. One of the guards hurried forward nervously. Boss, the meeting is waiting. Boss. Taehyung looked up sharply. Jungkook ignored the man completely and opened Taehyung's door himself. Then he held out his hand. Come. Taehyung didn't move. What is this place? Jungkook stared at him for a long moment. Then finally, my world. Mafia reveal. Suddenly shouting echoed from inside the mansion. A man was dragged across the marble floor, bleeding heavily. Taehyung froze. The injured man begged desperately. Please. I swear I didn't betray you. Jungkook walked past him without emotion. Cold. Untouchable. The guards forced the man onto his knees. Taehyung's stomach twisted. Jungkook. For the first time. He sounded nervous. Jungkook stopped walking. One of the guards handed him a gun. Taehyung's eyes widened instantly. No. Jungkook looked back at him. Expression unreadable. You wanted to know who I am? He loaded the gun slowly. Click. The sound echoed violently through the room. Then Jungkook smiled. Beautiful. Terrifying. I'm the person this city fears. Bang. Taehyung flinched violently at the gunshot. The man collapsed. Dead silence filled the mansion. Taehyung's breathing turned uneven. Jungkook calmly handed the gun back like nothing happened. Then he walked toward Taehyung again. Bloodstains decorated the floor behind him. But his eyes only looked at one thing. Taehyung. The obsession deepens. Taehyung stepped back instinctively. You're a monster. For the first time that night, something dangerous flashed across Jungkook's face. Not anger, hurt, but it vanished instantly. He cornered Taehyung against the wall gently. Too gently for someone covered in violence. You're wrong. His fingers slowly lifted Taehyung's chin. I can be a monster for everyone else. A pause. His thumb brushed Taehyung's trembling lips softly. But never for you. Taehyung's breath caught. Because somehow, that felt even scarier. Ending scene. Suddenly another guard rushed inside. Boss. We found him. Jungkook's expression darkened immediately. Who? The man who's been following Taehyung. Silence. Dangerous silence. Jungkook slowly looked back at Taehyung and smiled again. This time colder than death. See, he whispered. I told you. You belonged to me the moment I saw you. 2:14 a.m. Jungkook's mansion. The mansion was quiet now. Too quiet. After witnessing the murder. After hearing the truth. Taehyung couldn't breathe properly. Everything about this place felt dangerous. The cold walls. The armed guards. And especially, Ji and Jungkook. Taehyung stood near the massive bedroom window, staring at the rain outside with shaking hands. He still remembered the gunshot. The blood. That smile. A soft click echoed behind him. The bedroom door opened. Jungkook entered slowly. Black shirt slightly unbuttoned, sleeves rolled up, dark hair falling over his forehead. Even after violence, he still looked unfairly beautiful. Taehyung immediately stepped back. Don't come near me. Jungkook closed the door quietly. Locked it. Taehyung noticed instantly. His heartbeat quickened. What are you scared of? Jungkook asked calmly. Taehyung laughed bitterly. You killed someone right in front of me. They betrayed me. That doesn't make it okay. Jungkook stared at him silently for a moment. Then, you still stayed. Taehyung froze. Because Jungkook was right. Part of him should have run. Screamed. Hated him completely. But another part couldn't stop looking at him. The emotional crack. You don't understand anything about me, Taehyung whispered. His voice sounded smaller now. Broken. My whole life, people only wanted pieces of me. He laughed quietly, painfully. They liked my smile, my face, my kindness. A pause. But nobody ever stayed long enough to see how ruined I actually am. Jungkook walked closer slowly. This time Taehyung didn't move. Because Jungkook's eyes looked different tonight. Softer. Dangerously softer. You think you're ruined? Jungkook asked quietly. Taehyung looked away. I know I am. Jungkook stopped directly in front of him, close enough to feel his warmth. Then, his hand gently touched Taehyung's cheek. So careful. Like Taehyung was something fragile. Something precious. That's the beautiful part. Taehyung's breath shook. What? Jungkook lowered his forehead against Taehyung slightly. His voice dropped into almost a whisper. Broken things belong beside broken people. The tension. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Burning. Taehyung could hear Jungkook breathing. Could feel his fingers against his skin. Everything suddenly felt too close. Too intimate. You're dangerous, Taehyung whispered. Jungkook's lips curved faintly. And you still can't stay away from me. Taehyung hated how true that sounded. His chest tightened painfully. Why me? He asked quietly. Out of everyone. Why him? Jungkook's eyes softened again. Because for the first time, the mafia boss looked honest. When I saw you standing alone in the rain. He brushed Taehyung's wet hair away carefully. You looked exactly like me. Taehyung's lips parted slightly. Lonely. That was the answer. Not obsession. Not possession. Loneliness. The first kiss. Jungkook's gaze slowly dropped to Taehyung's lips. The room became silent again. No rain. No breathing. Nothing. Just them. If I kiss you right now, Jungkook whispered, will you hate me? Taehyung should have said yes. Should have pushed him away. Should have been afraid. Instead, his voice came out soft. I don't know. That tiny answer destroyed Jungkook's control completely. He moved suddenly, one hand gripping Taehyung's waist carefully, while the other held his jaw gently. And then, he kissed him, slow at first, almost hesitant, like Jungkook himself was surprised by how soft Taehyung felt. Taehyung froze instantly. His heart slammed violently against his chest. Jungkook's lips were warm, dangerous, addictive. The kiss deepened slowly, emotional, hungry, not just desire, need. Like Jungkook had wanted this for far too long. Taehyung's fingers unconsciously grabbed Jungkook's shirt tightly, and that tiny movement broke the last piece of Jungkook's restraint. He pulled Taehyung closer instantly. The kiss became deeper, messy, breathless. Taehyung felt dizzy, like he was drowning and floating at the same time. When Jungkook finally pulled away, their foreheads stayed touching, both breathing heavily, both ruined already. Ending scene. Taehyung looked into Jungkook's dark eyes silently, and realized the terrifying truth. He should have feared this man. Instead, he wanted him closer. Jungkook gently brushed his thumb over Taehyung's swollen lips, then whispered softly, there's no escaping me now. Outside, the rain continued falling, as if the sky already knew. This love story would never have a happy ending.